I bet that pizza tastes good.
You've never seen a place like Showbiz Pizza Place. We'll serve you a pizza second to none. So come for pizza, stay for the fun.
Showbiz Pizza Place with over 60 electronic games, pizza baked fresh every day, and the stage show extravaganza on 3 stages.
So come for pizza, stay for the fun.
This is Will here. It's kind of funny. Have you ever done something where you completely forget about doing it, and you're only reminded later that you are completely committed to going through with it, even though you haven't had the faintest idea of why or why you have committed to doing such a thing? Well, it happened to me a couple weeks ago, and let's just say the end result was me spending $50 on this mug on eBay, which actually turns out I'm okay with. I'm okay with this. Normally I wouldn't be, but you know, I'm okay. And it's not anything more than just a nostalgic piece of history that I love. So it's kind of funny. Showbiz Pizza is one of my all-time favorite childhood, well, not my all-time, but one of them. I had a pretty good childhood growing up, and one of those things sticking out in my mind was going to Showbiz Pizza after, you know, like on a Saturday night or something like that. And it must have been torture for my parents, but back in the 80s, like especially the early 80s, Showbiz Pizza was a place that wasn't really 100% about kids. It actually was a pretty good concept where parents would go to the bar and drink beer out of one of these beer mugs, Steins, and eat pizza and watch an animatronic robot show with these anthropomorphic, you know, creatures laughing and joking and playing Rolling Stone songs. And so it's kind of a win-win for everybody. It's kind of funny to think about that now, because you know, now we're in like such a culture where, you know, you can't even sneeze without being on the news, you know, when it comes to, you know, kids and beer and entertainment or any of that. It's really it's too bad. It's too bad that that concept got so muddled over the course of the years, because now you go into what used to be Chuck E. Cheese. Now it's like a total dog shit fest of kids' germs and, you know, ornery parents, and I mean, somebody pooped in the ball pit, and it's just a terrible place now. It's a terrible place. So this is kind of a tribute, you know, in my mind, of a simpler time, you know, a time when, you know, the folks could drink beer and the kids can go play and everybody's happy and we can all watch, you know, the Rocket Fire Explosion and Fats Geronimo, you know, sing the blues, and I can drink to that. Matter of fact, at my favorite watering hole, the Winston-Salem Social Club, one of my good buddies, Dane, owns that place, and this will be there as my very own personal beer drinking mug. So yeah, so that's where this is going to reside, and when I move on or leave town or Lord knows what may come, this beer mug will stay behind, and people will always know me as that weird guy that drinks beer out of a Showbiz Pizza Place mug. So that's good. Speaking of my buddy Dane, so he is he's an engineer, and he works besides owning the bar, he owns or he works for like a telecommunications place, and he was renovating a hospital. And you might notice over my shoulder here a really weird looking, very brown phone, and it doesn't work. It's actually put up here for kind of the wall of weird that you see slowly expanding out in this office, and the the cool thing about that is he actually thought of me, and I don't know if I'm proud of this or what, but he said, "Man, I know you're in horror movies, sort of, and I thought of you because of this. This phone has spent the past 40 years, maybe longer, maybe 50 years, in the Davie County morgue. This is the morgue phone. And what makes this phone a little different is that in all his years doing this, he's never seen a brown phone. They're either black, beige, or that avocado hospital green, which would actually have been pretty cool. But it's a little creepy. It's a little macabre, for lack of a better word. That this phone, and he said that particular morgue was, a very, very small. It's probably the size of his office. And this phone was hanging out with a bunch of dead bodies for the past 50 years, in and out. So that's pretty crazy. And now it's retired in my office. And that's such a great scenario for one of those 1 out of 500 Discovery shows where you get something like this, and all of a sudden the dog starts meowing and the cat starts barking and the whole world goes to shit, and you have to bring in an exorcist. So, yep, I hope that doesn't happen. But anyway, so this is a short little video that basically says, hey, be careful of when you're overtired and on eBay and you bid on something thinking that you're not going to win, you just might end up spending $50, but a good $50 on a piece of history. Also,